Boston, Massachusetts, late summer 1994. I was born, a wanderer predestined for the canvas plains. But, standing on the threshold of young adulthood in 2015 wasn't the commencement of my artful journey. It marked a significant milestone. 21, brimming with anticipation, I found myself staring up at the iconic Harkness Tower as I crossed the threshold into the world of Yale University to chase a bachelor's degree in fine art. Enveloped with the unfamiliar mixing sense of fresh books and old stone, I remember how alien yet enticingly inviting the art studios were. Each artifact, every corner, seemed to whisper a different tale, sparking curiosity that caused subtle stirrings in my creatively inclined soul. In the midst of maneuvering through the labyrinth of college life and grueling hours of lectures, something extraordinary happened. I met Alicia. On a regular September day, there she was, a fascinating mixture of mess and beauty, in one of the fine art classes I attended. Our mutual love for art, painting more precisely, acted as a magnet pulling us together. She had a way with the paintbrush and canvas which held me spellbound. She colored her days and night into her artwork, just like I did. Instantly I felt a connection, a sense of familiarity and comfort that was rare. Bound by shared dreams, vibrant colors, and a dash of vulnerability, our courtship bloomed into a budding college romance. Little did I know, this relationship was to shape and spin my life and art in more ways than one. As the autumn leaves started to fall, a Halloween party on the campus became the landmark event where Alicia and I really connected. We navigated the gregarious crowds and found solace in the secluded alcoves of our shared silence, lightened by the resonating notes of jazz harmony waltzing in the air. Effortlessly, we slid into the comfort of each other's company, our worlds interweaved through ceaseless conversations and shared laughter. Seeped into this synergy, on a cool November evening, we decided to give our camaraderie a name: us. The air was heavy with unspoken promises as we embarked on the journey of our first college romance. Our days unfolded into fascinating layers of our shared love for art. Alicia, with her passion, had a way of turning blank canvases into lively tales, and I found myself entranced by the depth of her thoughts expressed through her creations. Seeing her translate her emotions into vibrant swirls of colors stirred something within me, a yearning to reach that level of artistic expression. She became my muse, pushing my boundaries, forcing me to look beyond the obvious. However, as naturally as we gelled, cracks began to form in our bond. It's strange how you can be so close to someone yet feel miles apart. Sharing a common passion can bring you close, but it can also push you towards a competitive edge. We were both artists, yes, but we were also individuals with distinctive styles and unique creative processes. Differences started to surface, cluttered by insecurities. Her art was akin to a tropical storm, unpredictable, wild, yet full of life. While I, on the other hand, preferred the calm of a sea during a sunset, the tranquility that persisted amidst the chaos. Our distinct styles began to feel like a barrier rather than a bond, giving way to jealousy and insecurity. As the summer waved goodbye, the warmth in our relationship seemed to recede along with it. Echoes of discontent started residing in our shared laughter. What once was harmonious had now begun to discord. In the whirlwind of emotions, what we had started crumbling, breaking away piece by piece. Little did I know, these tiny ripples were the harbinger of the impending storm that would change my life forever. Suddenly, love wasn't the colorful palette it was supposed to be. Distance was rendering the hues we painted together into dull shades of gray. Underlying tension and possessiveness started gnawing at us, pulverizing our bond into fragments. I started missing my lone time with the canvas. Alicia's presence became intrusive. She was no longer my muse but a rival. A healthy competition was getting vitriolic, straining our bond, tarnishing it with a tinge of resentment. I was torn between the allure of finding my artistic identity and the comfort of our shared passion, a maze of complex emotions. In spite of our shared love for art, our individual creative expressions were as different as chalk and cheese. Our art was a reflection of our personalities, hers fierce and passionate, mine calm and composed. I cherished the golden hues of a sunset and she, the chaos of a storm, both of us artists, yet so different. The divergence widened, our relationship started bearing the brunt. The cozy autumn evenings gave way to chilly winter nights, and our companionship turned into an intolerable game of envy and competitiveness. Our love, once vibrant and alive, started fading into an abstract collage of uncertainty, anxieties, and jealousy. While on the face we were a couple united by a common interest, in the heart, we were two artists pushing against each other, our egos clashing, our arts diverging, our sentiments eroding. We were slowly moving away from each other, our relationship destabilizing with each passing day. An undercurrent of discontent started undermining our relationship, contaminating our shared laughter, muddying our harmonious bond. What once was a cocoon of comfort and mutual growth now began to stifle me. I found myself grappling with her dominating style, fierce and impetuous, which was starkly different from my calm and composed demeanor. As much as I appreciated her tropical storms, I started longing for my calm sunsets. The creative liberty I once enjoyed started to feel like an obligation to match up to her expectations. The lurking fear of what would be left of us if our art started to differentiate pervaded my thoughts. Looking back, I now see that our relationship was not shattering, but slowly shifting, like tectonic plates moving beneath the surface, leading up to an impending quake that would ultimately change the map of my heart and my art forever. In hindsight, those were the days of tumult, of transformation, a paradox of our shared passion pouring the foundation of our separation, a heartache gestating in the womb of our relationship, waiting to be born. The turmoil of losing someone standalone had started to echo in my studio. My loneliness, it found refuge in my art, and that led to quite an intriguing period of self-reckoning. Fractured remnants of a broken romance were skillfully painted onto blank canvases, my personal catharsis from the turmoil of love lost. My grief-stricken portraits were raw and authentic, veiled with a desolating solitude that the critics seemed to appreciate. Heartbreak, I discovered, had an ironic charm. It was a harsh whirlwind that devastated, but left behind a wake of authenticity and message that resonated with people. Instead of drawing shapes and curves, I started drawing emotions. I was painting love and loss, laughter and pain, hope and despair. My colors were no longer red, green, or blue. They were melancholy, resilience, and nostalgia. If love had given me Alicia, heartbreak had gifted me art, an art that was a byproduct of my anguish, an art that bore the brunt of my emotions. I realized my grief was a tool, bereavement a color. They were sources of inspiration that allowed me to delve deeper into my artistic psyche and explore territories I had never trodden before. Days turned into nights, and nights into days as I continued to find solace in the comforting arms of my art, finding an unlikely muse in the mess of my emotions. Alone in the studio, brush in hand, I stood before a blank canvas, channeling all my pent-up emotions into every stroke. Each brush stroke was like an intimate conversation with myself, sometimes loud and boisterous, sometimes soft and whispering, always honest and revealing. Tears turned into paint drops, spilling over the canvas nebulously, each blot's imbibing a piece of my heartbreak. Every painting I completed felt like a step closer to acceptance. It was as though I was not just creating art, but also mending the pieces of my broken heart. The act of pouring emotions into my canvas not only gave form to my experiences and feelings, but also allowed me to confront my inner turmoil in a therapeutic and restorative manner. My studio became a sanctuary where grief and creativity intersected, sparking an evolution in my artistic journey, a transformation in my self-expression. Reflecting on heartbreak helped me see it in a new light, not just as an end of something beautiful, but also as the beginning of something meaningful. And so the day arrived. My art was to be displayed publicly for the first time at an exhibition at Yale, and I was both thrilled and terrified. Seeing my work, my heartache, my passion, and my life experiences translated into paint and canvas, about to be critiqued by seasoned eyes, was intimidating to say the least. But as the day rolled on and the exhibition began, my fear started dissipating, and it was replaced by something else. Pride. My paintings were standing tall amidst countless other masterpieces, and to my utter elation, they were being received positively. The once daunting critics were now appreciating my work, admiring the raw emotions they breathed off the canvas. My journey from the fallout of a painful breakup to translating that into beautiful pieces of art earned me accolades. They understood the stories behind the paint, and I reveled in the realization that my emotions had been successfully conveyed to my viewers. I watched as people stood in front of my pieces, lost in thoughts, their expressions shifting as varied hues of my pain and passion met their gaze. It felt surreal watching the private, intimate corners of my heart being displayed so openly, to be watched, dissected, and understood. My art was a piece of my soul shared with the world. It was humbling and gratifying. It felt as if every stroke, every color, every canvas was a thread knitting me closer to my dream, the dream of succeeding as an artist. That day at the exhibition, I realized the unifying strength of art. Each one of us goes through love and heartbreak, emotions so universal yet deeply personal. My work was a testament to that universality, to the collective experience of being human. The connection I forged with the audience that day was something I'll always cherish. It was a validation of my belief. My art wasn't just for me, it was for everyone who had loved, lost, grieved, and healed. That art exhibition wasn't just a triumph for me as an artist, it was a triumph for every emotion that led me to that exhibit, each one playing its part in shaping my journey. That day at the exhibition was a transformative moment and realization for me. While I felt a surge of accomplishment, the exhibition's positive reaction did more than just solidify my confidence as an artist. It ignited a sense of purpose. I started to see the potential of what my art could be, of where my artistic journey could lead me. I realized that I wasn't just creating art, I was bearing my soul through each brushstroke, inviting others to step into my experiences and feel what I felt. Yes, my art was my voice, my escape, my sanctuary, but it could also be a safe haven for others too. It was an acknowledgement of the darkness we all face, and the beautiful mess that resulted when we chose not just to survive, but also to thrive. I began envisioning my future exhibitions, immersing myself fully in pursuing the passion I had relegated to the sidelines of my academic life. I saw the potential of a beautiful symmetry, my art resonating with people, affecting them, influencing them, and maybe, just maybe, providing them the encouragement and inspiration to overcome their personal hardships. In the midst of admiration and acknowledgement, I tasted the sweet flavor of validation. There was an unforeseen sense of fulfillment in knowing that my creations, a piece of my soul, was valued and appreciated. The creation of art was no more just my individual journey, it was an opportunity to touch lives, to leave imprints in the hearts of the viewer. That exhibition was the turning point, the beacon that guided me to the path of dedicating my life to art, consciously choosing to craft my future around it. With that exhibition, life also showered on me a magnanimous gift, hope. Hope that I didn't have to stifle my creativity for a mundane job. Hope that my passion had the potential of shaping itself into my profession. The echo of resounding applause, appreciation, and gratitude filled my heart, making my resolve stronger and my dreams clearer. It was then I decided to amplify my voice, striving to make art my language, a medium to convey my emotions to the world. Shrouded in the shadows of hope, I felt an earnest desire to make a meaningful impact, to contribute to the world that understood, appreciated, and loved my art, my story. The exhibition hall buzzed with an electric energy, thrumming in sync with the beat of my heart, rising on a crescendo of self-belief, leaving me with the intoxicating thrill of potential in the air. The exhibition concluded, but it left an indelible mark on my soul. It ignited a spark that brightened my vision and catalyzed my determination. With the lights dimming and the curtains falling on the successful exhibition, my heart held on to one belief firmly. I was born to create, to express, to communicate through my art, and above all, to inspire. Art wasn't an escape anymore. It was becoming a mission, my lifeline. The energy in the room was intoxicating. A culmination of my journey, the exhibition held a mirror to my past, reflecting the highs and lows that had shaped my artistic path. As I watched people marveling at my art, each one taking in the story behind the canvas, I could sense a collective consciousness. Each person perceived my art differently. Each had a unique interpretation based on their experiences. It was through this art that I learned to communicate, each brushstroke transmitting my feelings and life experience. Turning my gaze towards one of my earlier pieces, I remembered the hours I had spent in my dorm room, the night I had sketched it. The line work, the shadowing, my determination to depict my journey, it was all visible. I felt a lump in my throat as I regarded my past self. Unbeknownst to me back then, I had started a journey that would lead to this moment, to this exhibition, to this feeling of mutually shared understanding with the onlookers. My perception of life, my abstract combinations of hue, texture, and shape, bore witness to my journey, evoking an emotional response from the audience. These emotions, these interpretations by my viewers, completed the journey of my art. The diversity of their perspectives on my work was fascinating. Although hatched from my own life experiences, my art had sprawled across innumerable minds, igniting a unique spark in each. Each spectator took away an individual slice of experience, enriching and resonating with their personal narratives. Undoubtedly, it was a moment of realization. My art was creating a ripple, afar from my individual journey. It was becoming a medium of conversation, narrating tales, eliciting emotions, and transforming perspectives. I could feel the satisfaction rising within me, like golden light at dawn. In the positive critiques, handshakes, and appreciative nods, I discovered the power of creativity that could shape and move minds. Even so, it was not the plaudits but the connection of minds and souls that truly defined my success. Ascending from the realm of solitude into a realm of interconnectedness, the satisfaction was immeasurable. The subtle communication between me, through my art, and the viewers had propelled my gradual evolution from an art student into a creator, sculpting experiences and memories from mere strokes of paint. That first exhibition was no less than a baptism, a purgatory of sorts where I was reborn as an artist. Strands of hope interwoven with the very fabric of my existence bound my resolve to keep creating, to keep sharing my journey with the world. With each painting shared, with each canvas unveiled, my art became my voice, my vehicle of influence, a vessel that carried my journey into the hearts of viewers. I was progressively living my dream, while helping others reflect on their life experiences through my art.